Instagram at KBLA 1580.
Follow the leader.
Are you ready?
The station leading the way with exclusive interviews,
Follow the leader.
stimulating conversation, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Keep following the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
You ready?
It's the queen of royal badness.
It's time for the Raw Report with Robin Ayers.
Highlighting people and things you should know about.
Robin's got you covered. Follow Robin at Robin Ayers. You're listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
Robin's got a lot to talk about.
I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey. Well, I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey. Said I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. And if I share with you my story, would you share your dollar with me? Bad times are coming and I reap what I done sowed. Hey, hey. Well, let me tell you something, all that glitters ain't gold. It's been a long old troublesome road. And I'm looking for somebody come and help me carry this load.
You are inside the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580, where we bring you the latest in entertainment news, trending topics, and interviews. I'm your host, Robin Ayers, with you Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. on your drive home. That's a nice little vibe. I don't know. Who is that, Andy? I'm unaware.
Robin, you don't know this one?
I'm sorry. I don't know.
This is Aloe Black. I need a dollar.
Okay, but I'm familiar with Aloe Black. I just have never heard this.
Man, this is like legendary right here. This
Okay.
song right here?
Okay.
Right here?
He's trying to make me feel all kind of bad for not knowing this song. I
I'm
mean,
just
do you know how many
surprised.
songs there are in the world?
I'm surprised.
Do you know how many different types of genres I listen to? I'm just playing,
you
Andy.
didn't get Evelyn Champagne
Okay, yo, you about to do that. Okay,
I
you
forgot
about
the
to do
other
that.
one that you forgot. I'm like, Robin, we need to have like
It
a
wasn't
music
no
battle
more.
or
It wasn't
something.
no more that I forgot. Oh, you want to battle?
I'm down for it.
Any genre?
Any genre.
Oh, look at him. Look at Andy.
Don't sleep on your
Andy
boy.
talking mess. No, I'm not sleeping on you.
You
I
already
know
know.
you always pull great songs out the archive, but you see how I give you props and you don't give me mine. It's cool.
Robin, man, you know
It's
something.
cool. It's cool. Happy Tuesday, Andy. Happy Tuesday. Listen, happy Tuesday to you all, to Raw Squad. I see you coming on into our YouTube building. I hope you've had a wonderful day. I'm sure you've had a wonderful day, just because I believe that for you. I believe that for you. I believe that for me. And I believe the rest of the week will be that way as well. We are gearing up for the 4th of July, which, by the way, we will not be here. We will be playing a best of show pretty much along the entire day for the whole station, just to give you a heads up. So y'all probably don't care, though. You're going to be home eating barbecue and whatnot. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to navigate this. See, I recently started back sort of detoxing. I'm like eating a lot of fruit. I'm eating salads every day. But I'm eating salmon as well. But, I don't know. I might just incorporate some barbecue salmon. What's wrong with that? Barbecue salmon and a salad. I don't know. I mean, I'll figure it out.
Call it a cheat day.
A cheat day. And I'm okay with that. These days, I feel like younger me would have been like, no, don't cheat. But these days, it's okay.
You got to live, too.
You got to balance it out, right?
That's it. Just make sure the next day you go ham on the salad, and I don't know, you may want to walk 5 miles or something just to,
Fair enough.
work off all the goodness.
Fair enough. I could do that. Well, listen, make sure that you guys are liking our videos. Make sure that you're following us on all of our social media platforms. KBLA 1580 is our app. You should download that too. I hear you guys. I've actually been listening to some of the open mic feature, the apps, the little voice notes. I listened to those. They are hilarious, by the way. I don't know your name. I actually just listened to one. It was about the it was about the Gary Owen conversation. So I wanted to let you know. Sometimes y'all don't leave your name, but it was fun. That day was fun. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into some updates so we can get into the actual show. Happy birthday goes out to Sweetie, the icy girl, Sweetie. she is living her best life. She's still very, very young, but she's doing well. She actually recently brought up a conversation about nepotism. She says she hates that conversation because she does not consider herself a nepo baby. Well, here's the thing. Her parents, her father, he was in the NFL at some point, and her mom used to be a video vixen. I don't necessarily know that is what opened up the door for her. Maybe that's a conversation we could have in the near future. I don't know. Love and Marriage Huntsville star Kiki Jabbar, she has passed away. I don't know if you're familiar with that show. I used to watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, but that was season 1 or 2. And they're much further along now, but so I don't know who Kiki Jabbar is, but she was only 42 years old, so that's sad. It's going to be sad anyway, but if you are a fan of that show, you should know this is recent news. And we don't know. They say that she passed away at peace. She was at home, surrounded by family. So sending our condolences to her family, her friends, and everyone there. Also, Shannon Sharp and Young Jock are apologizing to Megan Thee Stallion for not supporting her. Well, Young Jock for not supporting her, and for Shannon Sharp, he made some inappropriate jokes about her during her time while she was going through everything, and she finally visited Club Shay Shay, and he said, I'm going to apologize. Now, I wonder if he did that simply because she was sitting in front of him. Would he have apologized to her for being inappropriate without her joining the show? I don't know. Andy, what do you think?
Part of me feels like he shouldn't have had to apologize. I mean, he's a man.
But no. It's what he said.
Robin.
It's what he said. It was how he said it. It was public.
Have you not been around a whole bunch of dudes hearing
like
them
that's
talk?
That's locker room talk.
That's all I'm saying.
That's locker room talk turned public though.
So what?
So do you feel like no, that's not a so what?
Man,
that's not a so what.
Let a whole, I don't know, Real Housewives, they're probably over here gagging over whoever. What's old dude off of P Valley? Tyler Lepley?
Yes, Tyler.
Come on now. Man, I done heard some things being around some women watching that show.
But do you hear them saying it in public? That's what I'm saying. They said it in a public
in
manner.
Front of me.
Okay, all right. Well, we will agree to disagree on that one. I think that it was a bit much. I might even put it on my social media, and so we could talk about it and see if she deserved an apology or not. My biggest question is, would he have done that had she not joined the show at that time?
I mean, at the same time, I respect the apology. He felt the need to apologize because, he didn't want his words to be misconstrued or, seen some kind of way or whatnot. Salute to him for apologizing. Do I feel that he needed to? He didn't need to, but I get it.
Last thing I will say on that, I feel as though if that were a sincere apology, he would have apologized. That was back in 2023. We're already in month 7 of this year. So if you really truly felt that apology,
here we go.
Yeah, he would have done that probably before. I think she was sitting in front of him on his show, and that's the reason he apologized.
And what's crazy is he probably forgot about Megan Thee Stallion, right?
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? He's a busy man. And it just so happened to be that Megan Thee Stallion was booked, and I guess so. Maybe it triggered what he said. So
or
yeah,
perhaps it was a condition that she would be a guest. She's like, maybe her people. I don't know.
It's okay.
We're all speculating. We don't know. But anyway, he did apologize to her, and so did Young Jock he apologized to Megan as well. I think she deserved it, both of them. So the question is for you guys: would you drive for Lyft? Massachusetts just raised their minimum wage to $32.50 per hour for drivers of Lyft in Massachusetts. It was a part of a settlement. Nonetheless, $32.50. It makes you think, what kind of a world are we living in that you need to be paid $30? I'm happy for the people, but why do you need to be paid $32.50? That says a lot about the economy that we live in. So I want to know from you guys. Let's get into the Raw Report, though, Andy.
Now it's time for a breakdown.
All right. We are talking about Jemele Hill. And this was given to us by Nick Hamilton, actually, of Nightcast Media. So shout out to Nick for this topic. Jemele Hill, she's only talking about things that I've questioned before, which is the opportunities that Black journalists do not get when it comes to celebrities, athletes, and the like. Well, not only that, but now it seems as though they're opening up opportunities to talk to white journalists or white conversationalists, however you want to put it, but they're giving white people more of the opportunity than their own people. We have to talk about it. We have to talk about it. Is this fair? Is this, are we on to something here? And then I guess maybe the bigger question is, do you feel as though if you go to a sort of a white platform or other white people, that equates to success? Do you feel like you've made it because white people want to talk to you? Do you feel like that is what makes you feel like you've made it? I don't know. We are going to talk about that. We're also talking about Angela Simmons and her fashion faux pas at the BET Awards. She showed up with seemingly a gun, but it was a purse. It was a fashion faux pas. People were sensitive, but is this selective outrage? Does Angela Simmons deserve all the heat that she got? Well, she's putting out an apology. We'll talk about everything that she said and ways that we believe. Are we a little bit too sensitive, or do people actually have a point as to why they're upset with Angela? We'll talk about it on the other line with our wonderful contributor who we've got all on the other side. You are listening to The Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Stay there.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Lil Real Howery. Right now you're listening to KBLA Talk 1580. That's right. The Raw Report.
You're inside The Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Happy anniversary, KBLA!
KBLA Talk 1580 is now celebrating 3 years of amplifying our voice and uplifting our community. We deeply appreciate your support of this radio station and will always do our level best to earn your support. Here's to many more years of loving and serving our community. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black.
I know it's gonna happen without you.
Celebrate July 4th with savings at Lowe's. For a limited time, save on the essentials you need to make your garden pop for summer, like Miracle Grow 25-quart potting mix. Get 2 bags for just $16. And get up to 40% off, plus save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major appliances. Hurry, these deals won't last long, because Lowe's knows summer savings. Valid through 7/10. Miracle Grow excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Appliance savings vary based on purchase amount. Exclusion supply. See Lowe's.com for more details while supplies last.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Roll Charmin ultra strong when you drop in the beat. It cleans with way less effort on your seat. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Charmin flows extra strong from the road. Your butt hella clean while you're sitting on the bowl. Yeah, it's all you need for that bathroom groove. Get you in and out without nothing to prove.
Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles is a nonprofit law firm that protects and advances the rights of the most underserved, leveling the playing field and ensuring that everyone can have access to the justice system. Every year, LAFLA provides free, high-quality legal services to more than 100,000 people living in poverty across greater Los Angeles. Their unique combination of neighborhood offices, self-help centers at courthouses, and domestic violence clinics puts Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles on the front lines in vulnerable communities and at the forefront of change. LAFLA's expert team of attorneys, paralegals, and support staff works to provide direct representation, offer counsel and advice, provide referrals, and educate the community about their legal rights through workshops and seminars. With locations all over LA, you can access their services or volunteer to help no matter where you live. And if you have an urgent issue, call 213-235-0060. That's 213-235-0060. To get legal help, make a donation, or volunteer, visit lafla.org. lafla.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news.
You're inside The Raw Report.
With Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
And I am here on the line with our contributor of the day, Katrina Robinson. Hello to you, Katrina.
Hello. Good.
Oh, you sound okay. Now I think you're better now. Okay, now you're closer to the phone. We can hear you. How's it going?
Good.
good to hear your voice. It's going great.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good to hear yours as well. Number one, before I move on, would you, if you lived in Massachusetts, I mean, I'm sure you were doing very well for yourself, but would you jump on this $32.50 minimum wage Lyft driving?
Child, times got that hard. I promise you I would. I promise you, baby, I'll be wherever you want to go, child.
Yeah, I know that's right. Andy?
My only concern is, what is the cost of living in that state?
Well, yes, that's a good question. And they do have a top 10 list of the highest places to live, or most costly places to live in the United States. I'm not sure where the Massachusetts falls on the list. I definitely know it's not in New York or Los Angeles, but I mean, $32.50 is good for people who live in LA, or, you know, so it feels like they're doing pretty well. That's a big win for them. Shout out to Massachusetts. Yeah. All right. Okay, I want to go ahead and get started with this conversation about Jemele Hill. This is not the first time we've heard it. Certainly not the first time we've talked about it here, even on this show. And we're going to bring Bobbi Althoff into this conversation. Bobbi, who is the white girl who came out of nowhere. She started a podcast. She basically finessed her way into, and I say finessed her way because legitimately that's what she did. She sort of finessed her way into an interview with Drake. From that interview, it blew up. Drake, recommended someone else. She wound up interviewing with all these different people. And before we knew it, she blew up. She's making all this money. She's got all these views. She's having all this success. She's being invited to the barbecues, all these things off of one or two. Actually, there was somebody else before Drake. We'll get into it. But right now, I want to go ahead and play what Jemele Hill has to say about where she's speaking exactly what I'm speaking. Let's go ahead and take a listen to it.
And that is why, and especially now that the athletes can go directly to social media. And I know people think I'm a hater, but that's why, you know, seeing somebody like Bobbi Althoff getting interviews with Drake, getting interviews with Offset, that's why that bothers me. Because I know too many black podcasters, journalists who can never get those interviews. And I think there's got to be some mutual responsibilities if we want to see a different kind of storytelling. Like, okay, we want to see, you don't sit up there and complain about how black athletes are covered when you ain't giving no black journalists an opportunity.
She hit that one right there. That was she hit that one on the head. It's certain things, Katrina, that kind of get under my skin because I see them far too often. I see them more and more and more. And we can't get away from it. We're living in a different time where everything is in our face. We see it on social media, and things in that type of growth actually means something. For you, Katrina, I don't know if you're familiar or if you're in that arena where things like social media play a part. What are your numbers? Who's following you? You know, that type of thing. But it's a real thing that we actually live in. What do you get from this entire conversation and just looking at it through the lens of what Jemele is saying here in terms of black journalists not getting those same opportunities as other platforms or other white journalists? What are your thoughts?
I really think, Robin, it's more of the same. We've seen this happen for years and years because we know who controls the media. I mean, shout out to Tavis Smiley, but we don't control media. And so when you are in a particular situation as some of the athletes and some of the rappers, some of the entertainers who are looking to, expand their reach and reach a different audience, sometimes they feel like it's validation. If there's a white journalist that wants to interview them, sometimes it's just a matter of what's hot. Like the whole thing with Bobbi Althoff, and now she's best friends with Ari, and just the weirdest thing to me with her. But she's hot, and so that she's going to get that type of response more so than a black podcaster or a black social media influencer because she has the reach that people are craving. And it's unfortunate, that we don't, hold ourselves to a higher standard to say, hey, I'm only talking to journalists who can tell my story in a way that they identify and relate to. Mm-hmm. But that's the way of the world these days.
I agree with you. With that, though, do you think that we have done ourselves a disservice meaning anybody with a platform, anybody black with a platform, do you think we've done ourselves a disservice in that? And by the way, I am using a blanket statement because I'm black, but I'm not. I'm not saying that I fall under this category. But there are some people who are black conversationalists, as Shannon Sharp calls himself. He doesn't call himself a journalist at all. But there are some. But there are black people who with a platform, and they interview other people, but they also talk very, it's defamatory, it's negative, it's salacious, it's all those things. And is it unsafe? Have we built up our reputation of being unsafe to even talk to? Is it our fault?
I don't think that blanket statement is fair.
Okay.
Now, if you're talking about Shannon Sharp, then yeah, it's fair. I mean, look how he did Amanda Seales. Like there are different spaces where that does occur, but I don't think that it's fair to assign that to every situation. There are some black journalists who we know, like if you go into an interview with them, this is what you can expect, so maybe you should avoid it. But there are people who deserve a fair chance at, being able to tell stories that they know how to tell and that they have a heart to tell, and sometimes they don't get that chance because of those situations where it's someone that you're unfamiliar with. Maybe you don't want to give them the opportunity because you don't know which way it's going to go. However, I do feel like we do have a greater responsibility in black media to create those spaces where people can tell their stories, because we are the only ones who can tell them in a way that the rest of our community can relate to.
I agree with you. I think the blanket statement that I was making is that we're all black. So, I mean, being black with a platform, not everybody is negative. Not everybody is talking gossip or whatever. There are a lot of great journalists. There are a lot of great people who are talking positive things. And I feel like it's almost saturated with so much negativity that everyone, I'm talking a lot of generals here, but this is, just go with me here. It almost feels like, all right, publicists, managers, all of those people are afraid to let their clients come to you. If they know that you're black, they're almost afraid to assign their client to you because, number one, they're not doing the research. It's either like you have to be a known person, have a great platform that's a commodity for their client, because they're not doing the research to find out who you really are and if it's worth it for their client or not. So it almost feels like because you are black, number one, I'm going to automatically assume that you're going to be talking gossip, hot topics, rather than something positive for my client. Is that a fair statement?
I actually don't feel that way. I feel like you're more in danger on the other side than you are with black people. I really do. Like, I feel like most of our journalists do, take it to be a personal duty to protect those who may be vulnerable to that. But I feel like in other spaces, it's free game because, again, they're just doing their job. They don't have an obligation to, uphold anything in the black community or to make sure they tell the story the way it's supposed to be told. They do what they do, and they say they were doing their job. That's how I feel about it.
Well, that's true, and I think we see a lot of examples of that in media as well. There are people who, if they can't relate, they're just writing a story. They're just checking the box. They are just doing what they got to do. So I agree with you on that. There are instances where I've come across stories, and they've got pictures with the wrong names. They've got, they're calling people the wrong name. They literally just can't relate or identify with our people, our culture. So they're checking the box. But I guess it is safe to say, though, that there is something to say about going onto another platform that is not a black platform that you feel validated, or you feel like, okay, now we're on to something. Now I've made it because they want to talk to me.
Yeah. That's with anything, though. It's kind of like the whole crossover phenomenon with music artists. They want to feel validated to where they have the reach where not only is my hood, proud of me and they want to listen to me, but they're, excuse me, but Becky and Beth want to listen to me as well. That's part of that whole phenomenon. I've made it when I can reach an audience that wouldn't normally listen to me. And it's the same thing in journalism.
Yeah. My problem, though, Katrina, is I don't even have a problem with that. I unlike Dr. Umar, am not a separatist. I know Andy probably thinking something right there. What you think? What are you thinking?
Go ahead,
Okay,
Robbie.
because you sound like you want to sound off, Andy.
Finish your
Okay,
point.
You sure? Okay. I am not a separatist. I believe, I say go where you're accepted, do business. I'm not mad at that at all. What I'm saying, all I've ever said is don't leave us once you do make it. Don't leave us. Come back to the community. Come back to your people, because it started there. More than likely, if you are a black celebrity, some artist, an actor, an athlete, more than likely your first opportunities came in the black community. We supported you. We wrote about you. We followed you to do all of the cover stories. We interviewed you, the whole nine. But at some point when you started to flow a little bit and you started to get a little bit bigger in name, then you moved on, because now the bigger outlets, the bigger people that are generally owned by white people, now they're accepting you. You have more eyeballs on you, and that's fair. I get it. But still, come back to the people. Andy?
Match their energy.
Yeah.
For real. You know what I'm
As a
saying?
black journalist.
100%.
How so? Break that down.
If they don't want to talk to you, don't ask for an interview. It's that simple. Like you said, go where you're celebrated. Go where, you know what I'm saying, somebody wants to be interviewed by you.
Yeah, but
You know?
I mean, I get that, and that's easier said than done. But oftentimes you won't even know if you're going to get a yes or a no until you reach out.
Well, I mean, I don't know that part of the game. I'm just saying, if they don't want to interview with me, then any future endeavors and stuff like that, where they probably want to holler at me for an interview, it's a negative.
Okay. I mean, Katrina, you agree with them?
I mean, I don't disagree.
I listen. I hear you on that. Truthfully, not even just with entertainers and athletes and stuff like that. I look at people that way. I look at people the same way. In all honesty, there are a lot of people right now who have shunned me or looked at me like unworthy of certain things, whatever the case is. And I've always been like, in the back of my mind, there's this little thing that says, okay, all right, you wait. And when you try to reach out, I'm going to be gone. Yeah, I'm sure we've all experienced something like that. Listen, I do want to talk about this Angela Simmons story. It gets good because there's so many different layers to it. She had her fashion faux pas. She brought a purse that looked like a gun, and people are sounding off. People are going off on her for reasons that we'll talk about. So I'm definitely going to open that up for conversation on the other side. Right now, we've got news, traffic, and sports. You're listening to The Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Stay there.
What's up, people? It's your boy Harmony H Money Samuels, and I'm here on the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580. What's up?
More of the Raw Report with Robin Ayers when we come forward.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. The White House is trying to make the case that President Biden is fit to serve following his shaky debate performance against Donald Trump. In the first White House briefing since Thursday's debate, Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre took plenty of questions from reporters about Biden's health and mental acuity. Jean-Pierre, who was black, said the president had a cold during the debate and just simply had a bad night. She also dismissed questions regarding if the White House is hiding information about the 81-year-old president's health. Democrats have privately raised concerns over Biden's prospects for re-election in November. The Atlanta City Council is agreeing to give a large settlement to two college students. It was just over 4 years ago when the two were reportedly pulled from a car and tased during Black Lives Matter protests. They had since filed a lawsuit after charges were dropped against the officers involved. Atlanta's Public Safety Committee signed off on a resolution in June in support of a $2 million settlement, which the council approved this week. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Watch for heavy traffic that may be forming from Los Angeles' Dodgers Stadium as they're going to be facing off the Diamondbacks at about 7:10. Accident has been cleared downtown on the 110 south of the 3rd 4th Street interchange, while stop traffic in recovery is just over 10 minutes from the 5 south. A brush fire is currently right next to the right shoulder of the off-ramp to Arlington Avenue on the 10 west, and watch for heavy traffic up to 20 minutes from Highway 60. Stall's been cleared in Montebello 60 east before San Gabriel Boulevard, with a 15 to 20 minute backup in recovery from Indiana Street. Stall's also been cleared from Mid-City's 10 East after Fairfax Avenue, Venice Boulevard split with a 25-minute stop traffic delay from Bundy Drive.
Craftsman Days are here at Lowe's. Right now, get a free Select V20 tool when you buy a Select battery 2-pack. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 7/20. while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Dodgers and Angels are back in action tonight after a day off on Monday. The Dodgers are at home tonight against Arizona. The Dodgers are 19 games over 500 and lead second place San Diego by 7.5 games in the NL West. The Angels are in Oakland tonight for the start of a 3-game series. The Angels are 7-3 in their last 10 games. Big props to Angels manager Ron Washington for turning the team around. Dallas Mavericks star Kyrie Irving went one step further than LeBron in the recruitment of free agent Klay Thompson. Irving met in person with Thompson Sunday night to tell him about the advantages of playing with him and Luka Doncic in Dallas. LeBron called Klay Thompson to try to convince him to sign with the Lakers. Thompson agreed to a 3-year, $50 million contract with Dallas, making the Mavericks instant contenders to repeat as Western Conference champions. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at KBLA 1580.
Follow the leader.
Are you ready?
The station leading the way with exclusive interviews,
Follow the leader.
stimulating conversation, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Keep following the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
If you say you care about the community, you have to also care about the climate. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black.
Have you been a victim of discrimination at a private business, by a landlord while seeking housing, by an employer, or by an academic institution? If so, the LA Civil Rights Department may be able to help. Please contact us at CRE@lacity.org or call 213-978-1845. Again, 213-978-1845 or visit laisforeveryone.com.
You know where you want to go in life, and City National Bank can help. City National knows the dedication it takes to build your vision for the future into a reality, and our team is here for you. We have a wide range of options to help, from personal savings accounts to interest-bearing money market savings accounts and more, all designed to help you get where you want to go. City National, here for every stage of the journey. Learn more at cnb.com. City National Bank is a subsidiary of Royal Bank of Canada, member FDIC.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. Pro Football Hall of Famer and urban peace pioneer Jim Brown believed in just that. So he founded the Amera I Can Foundation for Social Change in 1988, focusing on at-risk and high-risk youth in underserved schools and juvenile detention facilities, as well as adult incarceration and reentry initiatives. The core of the Amera I Can program is its 15-chapter life skills curriculum. Mastery of these skills allows individuals to meet their academic potential, conform their behavior to acceptable societal standards, and improve the quality of their lives by equipping them with what they need to confidently and successfully contribute to society. Today, the foundation is led by its president, Monique Brown, who has been actively involved in the organization for more than 25 years. The Amera I Can Foundation continues its work in memory of its founder, actor, philanthropist, and NFL legend Jim Brown. To get involved or make a donation, please visit AmeriICanCommunity.partners. That's AmeriICanCommunity.partners. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. Keeping you informed about what's really going on.
Who's got next?
And what not to miss in entertainment. You're listening to the Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
Do what I should, man. Point, baby. Do what I could, man. Point, baby. Do what I should, man. Point, baby. Do what I could, man. Point, baby. Do what I should, man. Point, baby. Do what I could, man. Point, baby. Do what I should, man. Point, baby. Do what I could.
inside the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Well, come on up in here for the second part of this conversation. Having a good time talking with Katrina Robinson, who's on the line with us. Andy jumping in here for the conversations and whatnot. Challenged me to a battle. Listen, I don't turn down battles. Andy, music or anything else, I don't turn it down. I mean, just name the time and the place if you. I'm talking smack. I don't mean it, Andy. I don't mean it. I mean I have the best intentions.
It's all good, Robin, because you don't want this smoke.
Ooh. Okay, he better pop off. Okay. Anyway, if y'all want to see me and Andy go at a music battle, let me know in the comments. I'll go ahead and see who wants that to happen and who you got. I need to know who you got. Katrina, come on, who you got? I mean, yeah, you at this point, Katrina, you know Andy, you know his style of music. Hopefully, you've paid attention to even, my style of music on my page. You know what I like. Come on, Katrina, who you got?
Do not put me in this. No, ma'am.
You sure? You sure? You don't want
to? The people asking the lyrics to Kendrick's song on the red carpet, baby. No, I don't know. No, I don't know.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Okay. That actually was really, that was good. That was very good. I ain't even mad at you, Katrina. I'm not mad at you. If you're just joining us on this conversation, we just talked about this conversation that seems to be something that we talk about every so often because it continues. We still to this day, I'm telling you, we just did BET. There were plenty of carpets. I just had Nick Hamilton here yesterday. I saw Nick Hamilton a lot on the carpet, and we both experienced certain things. Why is my platform, why do publicists choose to come over to me with their artists and choose to skip other platforms? Why do Black entertainers and celebrities choose to go to other, white media outlets as opposed to Black media outlets? This conversation, I don't know why it's not catching on right now, but it'll probably continue to happen because I'm passionate about it and I have questions. Andy?
I want to be like a little bit facetious,
okay,
critical at the same time. Because yesterday we talked about the BET Awards, right?
Yeah.
And there was kind of like this narrative where we kind of didn't really want to support it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, like, to your question of today, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to support our award shows, so why do we need to talk to y'all? I feel like there's a disconnect. You know what I'm saying? Just within us as a people, obviously. We don't like what we see on the TV. You don't want to talk to us. We don't want to support what y'all presented. Can we find common ground somewhere?
You're right. I can't even argue with that point. I mean, I think it's fair to say that kind of goes to the question that I had where I feel like, did we do this to ourselves? Did we, are we talking too poorly of? Are we putting you guys on the spot when you do come talk to us? Are you just having bad experiences? Are we taking away sound bites from the actual interview and turning that into a whole story? What are we doing that could be setting ourselves up for failure? But in addition to that, I don't think it's just that. I do think that there's a part, Katrina, you said it great. I think that there is a validation that comes along with feeling like you've made it. You feel like if these other platforms, these bigger platforms or journalists, these white journalists or anybody other than Black who are sitting in a nice space, you feel like you are more validated. You feel like you've met your success by going to talk to them. So anyway, I don't know what to do about that. All I do know is that I want to move on with this conversation about Angela Simmons. Angela Simmons, who is she's an entrepreneur. She's been an entrepreneur and a reality star for quite some time, many years now. There's an interesting story with Angela. She's very unproblematic. She is the daughter of Rev Run. If you know who Rev Run is, he is Run from Run DMC, who is an icon in the industry. And so Angela has been in the spotlight for many years. And so she is an unproblematic personality. You don't ever see negative news surrounding her. What we did see, though, in 2018 was the father of her child was gunned down and he was shot and killed, and it was traumatic. Obviously, she went through a whole hard time. She has now a son, a fatherless son. She's now in another relationship with Yo Gotti. Yo Gotti is a rapper who, I guess you would call. Do you call him gangster rap or do you call him trap? I don't know what you call. Andy, would you classify him as? I don't know. He's in one of those categories. Nonetheless, she still has maintained her a fairly, clean record when it comes to being in the public. But recently, she did attend the BET Awards. She did look beautiful, but she had what looked like a gun. It was green, and it matched her dress. The gun turned out to be a purse, but numerous times you could see Angela pointing the gun purse at the cameras, at people, and she was just having fun. But people slammed her, Katrina. They slammed her inside the comment section, saying that was in poor taste. She should have known better. That just was not a good look for her. And it felt like out of all the times that she's been unproblematic, like we finally got a reason to nail her. Did you take offense, number one, to seeing Angela holding this gun purse? Did you take offense to that?
I didn't take offense to her carrying the purse. Let's just say, I love me a good Judith Lieber, I really do. But I think what set it off was her pointing the gun at the camera.
Okay.
I think if she would have just worn the purse, maybe even just stood with it in her hand by her side, I don't think it would have blown up the way that it did. Unfortunately, it did, because we live in a holier than thou society where people, take your choices and make them life or death. But I don't think it would have been a problem if she would have just posed with the purse as a purse and not pointed it as a gun.
Okay.
It sounds crazy, but it's just that simple. And it may just be, have you seen on Instagram or TikTok the whole black wife effect?
Yes.
This may have just been a Memphis dude effect, because this is you see what happened with Ja Morant. I'm just saying, she is a product of, what she's around all the time. And really, we're talking about Angela and her kid's father being killed. Yo Gotti just lost his brother not too long ago to gun violence. So I think, it was in poor taste. I don't think that she even thought of it in that manner. It was the BET Awards. The bar is kind of a little low there. So she didn't really think that, it was going to cause this big spectacle. I think the bigger problem is this lady wrote a whole 2-page apology, and Yo Gotti gets on Instagram and says she was just practicing with the gun. What is going on here?
So you feel, because Andy often, at different times in our conversations has, like you even just said it, I don't think that that there should have been an apology, right? So, do you feel like people, like Angela, for instance, she should know herself and be like, you know what, I never come out here and have a problem with y'all. I'm standing on what I did. And, she did a video. Initially, she came out with a very small, very short apology video. She says, guys, listen, I just had a moment. I thought it was cute. I thought it was fun. I didn't mean any harm by it. She just put the video out. She later came back with that super long, I'll read some of it too, written apology, which I think is more publicity. I think that was just more, her PR stepping up to the plate, making sure that they do all of their due diligence. Either way, that's fine. They're speaking in her voice. Do you feel like the video was enough?
I feel like it was enough. If I were her publicist, I would have just told her, that was enough, let it go. Because the more you put onto it, the more people talk about it. I think it would have just died down. It would have became a meme or something, but it would have just died down.
My question,
you actually added fuel to it by posting the whole apology, and then on top of that, him doing, it was just too much.
Yeah, I hear that. I agree with you on that. Are all the people who are going off on Angela when nothing happened, nothing violent happened? I understand it was very poor taste. Let me tell it was very poor taste. But nothing happened. But she caught so much fire. Do you feel like there is selective outrage when it comes to people like her? They just want to have a reason to come at somebody and sort of nail them, versus when things actually do happen. I feel like where is all of that vitriol for when people are actually killing other people and things like that? Where is that? Do you think that people are selectively outraged?
Absolutely. I think we get outraged by what everybody else is outraged by.
Yeah.
Like, the things that don't really make a difference in our personal day-to-day world, we're easily outraged by. But the things that we should be vocal about, we shy away from because we feel like we don't understand and we don't have a place to have a voice in it, when really that's where it counts. I mean, where was all this when the debates were happening last week and you got Trump on TV spewing all this stuff that's dangerous for people to hear, when you got black media that's excluded from the debate? Where is this when we're talking about Project 2025? Where is this when we're talking about people being unjustly convicted and sentenced? Like, we don't get outraged about the things that we actually have the power to do something about and the things that affect our families and our communities. This is just crazy to me that we're spending so much time on this girl and this glitter purse. What is going on?
I need a round of applause. I need a round of applause. That's it. That's it. That's exactly it. That is it. That is the problem. That's the problem, I even think, with social media. I think one of the problems, the many, because there's no way people are talking about canceling this girl. There's just no way. She came out with this apology. She says, I want to address the recent incident involving the green purse I carried at the BET Awards. When I chose the purse, I believed it was cute and unique, and I made a poor decision in using it as an accessory to amplify my beauty. I deeply regret that this item, which symbolizes a gun, was inappropriate and insensitive, especially given my personal and community experience with the gun. She goes on to talk about how she has partnered with she has an organization that she's partnered with that they try to get gun violence off of the streets, obviously. So this is in light of her child's father having been killed and just having some association with gun violence. And so she put out this entire statement that I personally don't feel like was necessary. I think that there is a ton of selective outrage, and that we need to, like you said, I mean, it was perfectly stated, we need to go ahead and direct that energy towards things that actually matter rather than a fashion. It's a fashion faux pas. It's an accessory that did no harm to people. So we need to get up off of social media. People need to go walk on some grass, basically. That's it at the end of the day. That's it at the end of the day.
Get some sunlight.
Get some sunlight. Get some drink some water. I mean, and go relax. Take a breather. Katrina, I appreciate you so very much for joining me today. It really is always a pleasure to talk with you. Let everybody know where they can find you online.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Senator Katrina Robinson. I'm also on TikTok and Twitter, and you can reach me on my website, thekatrinarobinson.com.
Okay, Senator Katrina Robinson, you know what I'm saying? I like that flex.
Instagram won't let me change my handle, child.
It's all right. It's all right. We gonna always refer to you that way. We appreciate you and the light flex. Very much. Amen. Okay, well, you enjoy the rest of your evening, and hopefully you have a wonderful 4th of July as well, Katrina.
You all do the same. Talk to you soon.
Thank you. Well, when we come forward, we will get to a Who's Got Next, because why not? We haven't played some music in a minute. We'll get to that on the other side. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580. Stay there.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Denzel Whitaker, and I'm on the Raw Report.
You're inside the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Chevy Radio 30 before and after, code GWMR0254000.
With the incredibly spacious 3-row Chevy Traverse, you can change
"Let's just meet at the concert"
into
"Why don't I pick all you guys up on the way?"
The advanced safety engineered Chevy Blazer EV lets you turn "You think we should turn back?" into
full steam ahead.
And with the affordable Equinox EV,
keep an eye out for the next Charger, kids.
Becomes
get comfortable, kids. We'll be home in 4 hours.
For summer adventures, Chevy's got you. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Are you tired of being stuck without internet access? Connect and go with LA County Library. It's simple. Visit your local LA County Library location and borrow a hotspot for free to get Wi-Fi wherever you are.
Our city's hottest weeks of summer are approaching. If you're 60 or older, you're at risk of heat stroke or worse. Extreme heat can kill. That's why KBLA Talk 1580, as part of our year-long climate justice campaign, has partnered with the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power and the LA City Department of Aging for LADWP's Powered by Equity event, Heat Relief for Seniors Resource Fair. Join fellow LA seniors who hope to beat the heat and stay safe on Monday, July 15th, 10 a.m. at the Watts Labor Community Action Center in South Los Angeles. Learn about LADWP's Easy Save and Level Pay programs to help lower your monthly electric bill. And there will be tips and resources to be ready and safe in the heat. LADWP customers 60 years or older will be eligible to receive a portable air conditioner while supplies last. Personal ID and your LADWP bill are required. Contact your LA Department of Aging Neighborhood Senior Center for Cool LA Heat Relief for Seniors participation details, or visit www.ladwp.com/events. We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, I'm Ray Richardson, your sports connection here at KBLA Talk 1580. Join me and my co-host Neil Scarborough every Saturday night at 7 for Out of Bounds, the show that brings some flavor to the world of sports for 60 minutes. We take you beyond the scores and press conferences. We give you our point of view, the way black folks see what's going down. You can join the conversation and give us your analysis at 1-800-920-1580. Out of Bounds every Saturday night at 7 on KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
You like your style, though.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news.
You're inside the Rob Report.
With Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
I want to give a special shout out to DJ Black 909, who is always coming through, always hitting me up with new music, nothing more, nothing less. He is just sending me great songs, and I hear them all, just in case, even if I don't get a chance to respond. I'll be hearing you, DJ Black 909. This one comes by way of him. The song is called No Regrets. This is Trey Jones. Check it out.
I could have nothing but a dime, still I would give it up. Always made it my prime, just to show you love. But what about me? Seems like I forgot about me. I can't even bet if you would be willing to do those same things for me. Ooh, I wonder sometimes, if I didn't love you the way that I love you, would you even still be mine? And sometimes I cry, constantly wondering why. Why can't these feelings just fade away? Just want to live life with no regrets, but I can't seem to shake off the past. Can't seem to shake off the past. I guess you still have the same effect, yeah. But I love you so, I can't let you go. I'm just being honest. Sometimes I regret I committed, but I don't regret that we did it. Seems like the only good that I can get from you. I stretch myself thin for you, barely ask for a thing from you. And little that I ask, you have the nerve to give me some lame excuse. Baby, I'm tired of playing these games. 'Cause all I wanna do is love you, throw the past away. So heaven, if you hear me, please unharden my heart and help me to forgive, help me to forget. I want a brand new start. Just want to live life with no regrets, no, but I can't seem to shake off the past. I can't seem to shake off the past. I guess you still have the same effect. I guess you do, girl. But I love you so, I love you so, I can't let you go. can't let you go. I'll keep holding on.
Okay, Trey Jones. No regrets. Shout out to DJ Black 909 again. Thank you so much for sending in the music. Always appreciate that. Forrest Harrison says, nice, Carl Thomas vibe. Interesting. Okay, Carl Thomas. I ain't heard that name in a minute. He's still doing some touring, I believe. Now, okay, I did not give you guys the result of the polls. The question is, does interviewing with white platforms equate to success in celebrities' minds? 71% of you say yes, while 29% say no. All right, well, then there's that on that. I mean, I guess, you know, that is that. I feel like there is something to the validation. I feel like they do believe in some way that they are validated when other people want to talk to them. It's got to be.
I think it's just about the reach for me.
The reach.
Yeah, all it is.
What if it's both?
It can be both.
Yeah.
But I just don't see little Jimmy, who's a hip hop cat from Chattanooga, Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? And I got an interview with Bobby, and I made it. I don't think so. He's probably looking at it like, man, let me go ahead and interview with Bobby so I can get them white folks to tap into my music as well too. That's the way I see it.
Okay, that's fair. I think it is I think it's layered. You know, that's my thoughts. And I'm sure this isn't the first and the last time we'll talk about it. Listen, Terry Tari says, she says, I wouldn't say, this is MJ Scott. MJ Scott says, Robin, I don't think most of us are going to win a music battle against Andy. Ain't that something? No belief in your girl. No belief in your girl. Oh, so you want to go ahead and you know, okay, all right. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see if that happens. I truly enjoyed our conversation today. Thank you so much to Katrina Robinson for calling in and joining this conversation. I appreciate all of you. Been a great time, and thank you for the engagement. Make sure you're liking and sharing our video as well. Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, is up next, about to give you some fire. I'm Robin Ayers, and remember, today and every day forward, be a blessing.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott says the Brooklyn Homes mass shooting of 1 year ago caused scars and trauma that continue to ripple through the entire city. The mayor, who was black, said in a statement that the tragedy shook the community to its core, forever impacted families, and irreversibly altered lives. Police Commissioner Richard Worley says that while several arrests have been made in the case, the investigation continues, and the department